Hello and welcome to PA on the Way. 5 keys to freeing up your time to generate more income. So today we're going to do lesson 2, goal setting. I can hear you. Why do we do goal setting? Well, goal setting provides you with direction, provides your business with direction, and overall you've got a place to move forward to. Now, I found when I was at the beginning of my business that when I didn't have any goals set and I didn't really know where I was going, I spent a lot of time in doing in the business. And I did, there was times where I was doing 100 hours a week. But when that work sort of dried up, you were left with nothing because I hadn't done or set goals for marketing, or networking or any of the other stuff that needs to be done to generate more income into the business. So sat down and worked out how it was that I was going to achieve more income coming into the business on a regular basis, and then worked out the goals and how to get there, and provided that each of these goals were scheduled into the chunks, then things kept moving. So how does this provide you with a window for your success? Well, when you reach a goal, no matter how small it is, that's a big tick, or it's a success. So if you can find success in every single thing that you do, it sets you up for feeling like a winner, for being a winner, for looking at yourself as a winner. It makes life easier, makes a business more successful. Now, having goals also keeps you focused and on track. And it could be as simple as setting up a bank account. That's a goal. Tick. Setting up a Facebook page. It's a goal. Tick. It's getting you closer to the end result, how it is that keeps your business ticking over. So how do you set your goals? I set my goals from my big why. So once you've discovered your big why from lesson 1, then you can work out what your goals are. So for me, it was to empower my clients and empower other women to be able to have a life of balance and to be in with their kids if that's what they chose. So how do I then get to set the goals? So how is it that I would have other women come into the business? How is it that I can empower clients to do what it is that needs to be done, to believe in us, to be able to put their faith in us being able to support them to grow their business? Having a look at that and having a look at how you can be of service to other people, both to the ladies to come into the business as consultants or to my clients to support their business to grow. That's where I'll get my goals. How do I decide what's most important? Well, for me, deciding what's most important is in and around what's going to get me to the end result quickest. So which goal, the big, hairy, audacious goal, would be the end result, and then breaking those big, hairy, audacious goals right down into little minuscule bite-sized pieces. Marketing and lead generation is always going to be a priority. Why? Because that's how people come into the business, that's how you generate some more income. So you would really put that as one of your top goals, and 1 or 2 tasks in and around that every single day has things lead up to momentum. So how you would write down your goals. I write my goals by breaking them down from the sections into bite-sized pieces, and then I put what I call a by when. When is it that I absolutely have to have this done by? So I've got to get a new bank account set up for my business, and I need to have it by the 30th of June. So I know that the next financial year is going to come from that point. So then I've got to do all the actions leading up to that goal. Contacting the bank, deciding which bank I want, contacting that bank, getting the application form, figuring out what information I need to provide, filling out the application form, taking all the paperwork down to the bank, signing it up, and there you go, you've got your goal. It is a new bank account. It's the by when that's going to have you motivated moving forward. So as I mentioned, I break my goals into sections: income generating and non-income generating. Obviously, income generating, something that you have to do every single day. It's imperative for your business to stay afloat. And non-income generating, again, depending on what it is that's non-income generating, as to whether it has to be done or it can be put off for another day. But again, each one of these sections always has to have a by when. You've got to know when it is that this needs to be taken care of and finished, so your end result within your business, the big why, will be achieved. So put some time frames around your tasks. And how do I mean that? I mean by looking at the chunks and then breaking down into the chunks, those little time slots, figuring out what part of the day is best to operate in, that you'll get most of the stuff done. I find that, the morning, the early morning, if I can get some of these things done, where there's no interruptions, nobody's ringing on the telephone, there's nobody around to, really impact my day, I get a lot more tasks done. If you still feel overwhelmed by the tasks, then break them down a little bit further. The big, hairy, audacious goal is getting my business ready. Then the next one will be, I've got to get a bank account. And that's like, oh no, what am I going to do? How do I do this? Then you break it down further. So the first chunk will be, decide which bank account you're going to utilize, which bank you want to work with. Is it going to be this kind of bank account or that kind of bank account? Are you going to use credit card facility or non-credit card? Do you want a checkbook? Do you not want a checkbook? That's another task and another bite-sized piece. Then it's getting all the data and the information together that you need to fill out the form. Get the form. That's another one. The next one would be to fill the form out, and that's a tick. And the next one would be make an appointment to go to the bank and get that sorted out and filled out. That's another tick. So break the tasks down very, very small to bite-sized pieces so there is no overwhelm. Do one section and then make the decisions from there. Do the next section and make the next decision. So when I schedule my calendar or my diary, whether it be for the year or for the month, for the week and for the day, it is always looking at the by when date. Have a by when date associated with every single thing that you need to get done. When I am scheduling all my tasks and requirements into my diary, I utilize the by when date. So if I know I've got to get the bank account set up by the 30th of June, I know that 10 days prior to that I've got to have at least decided what the bank account, which bank I'm going to work with. And then 9 days before that, I need to make sure I've got the paperwork. And 8 days before that, I need to gather all the information. And at 8 days out, I need to book that appointment with the bank account. And then 5 days out, I need to do something else. And then the day before, I need to pull all my paperwork together and make sure it's all there together. Now, what do I schedule? I schedule absolutely everything. I schedule my travel time to the bank. I schedule the time that I've allocated to the bank. And then I schedule my time coming back from the bank. So every single thing that I need to do in my day has to be scheduled, including my breakdown time. So don't forget to schedule your travel time, any phone calls you've got to make, any meetings that you've got to do, any marketing or accounts, the research and development, your creative time, and of course your family time. So at the beginning of each of my days, I take a look at what needs to get done and I put it down. If I haven't finished yesterday's stuff, I add that to it. The reason I do that is so I can really take a good look at the end of the day as to whether I am being fair on myself and that actually I'm putting things in there that are, humanly possible. It's not out of this world to think that I could achieve X, Y, and Z, and possibly A and B because I got it complete. If I'm not getting B done, then it wasn't humanly possible because there was no sidetracks, there was no things getting in the way. It just was I scheduled too much. That gives you the opportunity to tweak your schedule each and every day. At the end of the day, I have a look at what I've completed and I get to celebrate those wins of yes, this has been done. It shows me that I can actually get these wins and move forward. So again, have a look and review your day and then decide, is there stuff that you are doing that really should be done or could be done by somebody else? That your time is more valuable out meeting and greeting people, networking, doing the sales, and your accounts left with the person that loves to do the accounts, that thrives on doing the accounts and loves looking after the business to see that it's being profitable. I'm sure you've got plenty from this that you can go and action. Start with breaking down all your tasks from your big goals and working it out from there, breaking those goals down into little pieces so you can actually chew one piece at a time. Good luck and we'll see you at the next lesson. Bye.